Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi says Nigerians love President Muhammadu Buhari more than the late Azikiwe, Femi, Awolow, and Aminu Kano. Adesina disclosed this in an article on Thursday titled "The Essential Buhari, Vice President Osinbajo Got It." The presidential spokesman said he aligned with the thoughts of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo that Buhari is probably Nigeria's most popular politician. He said, "Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is an honest man. Whatever he tells you, please take it seriously. You can even take it to the bank as it's a check that will never bounce." Last weekend in London, while speaking with top officials of the Nigerian High Commission, Vice President Osinbajo said of the President Muhammadu Buhari, the Gaskaya honest man. The president is possibly the most popular Nigerian politician that we ever had in generations. He is possibly the only person who can go into a place or somewhere without bossing people to gather, and they will come and listen to him as he speak. We need that level of credibility to be able to solve problems in our country, and I think because of this level of credibility, despite everything, he is still the only one that can call everyone, and even people can do not necessarily agree with him, know that he is a man of his words. There may be a tendency to say, "What else do you expect a number 2 man to say of this, of his principal?" He won't exonerate him in public, and because he may possibly need his support for the number 1 position at a time in the future, so he will say things the way it is. For a tropical politician, submissions or code circulating is scheming, yes, but those of us who work with the don't know that Professor Yemi Osinbajo is not in that mode. He's a honest man, totally dependent on God for whatever the future holds. Nothing is a matter of life and death, and so he could have chosen to keep quiet because of the attributes of the president so that he won't be misconstrued. When he said Buhari was possibly Nigeria's most popular politician that we have had in generations, I believe it, not just by the hearing of the ear, but because my eyes have seen it. I am old enough to have seen our colorful and even wash-buckling politicians in action. I have seen the great Femi Awolow, the charismatic Azikiwe, Zik of Africa, SH0CK, Aminu Kano, MKO Abiola, and the rest in actions, but I have not seen anyone with the kind of attraction, majestic pull that Muhammadu Buhari has, and that is around the country, north and south. People swarm around him as bees to honey. I have been around the country with the president. I have also been to several countries of the world with him. I have not seen any other Nigerian leader, the past or present, with his kind of a person, a pool of fascination, magnesium, and that is why Vice President Osinbajo is right to have described him as possibly the most popular Nigerian politician that we ever had in this generation. Additional, buttress his point of Buhari being admired by many Nigerians with an instance of how a crowd trooped to the street when the president returned after his longest medical vacation abroad. He added, "I remember that day in August 2017 when the president returned to the country, finally from his medical vacation. From January of that year, He had been in and out a couple of times, but spending weeks and months outside attending to his health. And finally, on August 19th, he returned home. We were at the airport to receive him. I have told the story a number of times to dispel the idiocy that it was a certain Jubilee of Sudan that came back and not Buhari. The daughter of the immediate past chief of defense staff, General Gabriel, was getting married, and I had attended both the church service and reception, docked in full Yoruba traditional attire of agbada and a cap to match. Straight from the ceremony, I went to the airport to join the welcome party for the president. We, the principal aides, were on the line to receive the president as he descended from the aircraft, and it shook my hands with each person having one wisecrack on the other to say, as is tropical of him. When he got to me, he said, "Additional, this is the best I have ever seen you dressed." And we both laughed. Jubilee Sadani, how did he know I was additional? How would he know how I normally dressed? Idiocy, I say again, but that is just a digression. That's not the story I really want to tell to support the topic at hand. We entered the vehicle, lined up, and the convoy moved. It was perhaps the longest journey I have ever witnessed from the airport to the town. Where did they come from? Like locusts, they swarmed into the road at many times, forcing the convoy into a crawl. I did not know that such a huge population resided in the communities along the airport, he said. So guys, you've all heard it now. That was additional. What's your take on this? I have so many reactions from here. Someone said, why is this guy Femi Additional always making a fool of himself, all in the name of protecting his master? Even the Buhari himself knows he is the most hatred of all the Nigerian president, both dead and alive. It's a great blasphemy from this Femi to compare Buhari with late great Awolow, great Azikiwe of Africa and others, and I know Buhari will never take him serious, and it seems to be that Femi has nothing to offer to restrain his job than blasphemous against past heroes. I have so many reactions here from Nigerians, but this is the list I can go. What's your take on this? Kindly drop your view below the comment section, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much for always stopping by. I really do appreciate. Bye for now.